Welcome to Mishnah study. Masechet Shabbat, Perek Kaf Bet, Mishnah Dalet. Over here in this Mishnah, I'm going to discuss, firstly, preserving certain types of water, we'll see, on Shabbat, and then drying wet clothing on Shabbat. So this really comes up often, and it's a nice Mishnah and an important halacha to learn. So Notnim Tafshil Toch Habor, Bishvil Sheyesh Shamur, you go ahead and place a dish into a pit. Right? Again, there was no refrigeration back then, so they would go ahead and place it into a pit. It'll keep it, basically it's protected. I think more, keep it cool, keep it fresh, right? Now there's no issue with doing. Okay, so why not? Right? We're not worried that you may come to be mashvegumot, right? We don't worry that a person may come to smooth out the bottom surface of the pit, right? We're allowed to go ahead and put that pot in the in the pit on Shabbat. Also, if you had good cold water, right, and you wanted to also keep it cool, so you go ahead and you take that bottle and you place it in some dirtier water, right, but it keeps it cool, right, on Shabbat. There's really no issue with this. With the statement in the Mishnah, the main chidush is in the next statement. And you go ahead and place a cool bottle of water, right, in a hot, in warmer hot water, in order for the cooler one to heat up. Right? This comes up with a baby's bottle, right? You want to heat it up. You can take that baby's bottle and put it into a bowl of hot water, right? That's allowed on Shabbat, right? There's no worried over here that you may come to go ahead and place this, this cool cold water, on top of hot coals, right? We don't worry you may come to do that on Shabbat. Rather, you're allowed to go ahead and do so. Right, you can put it into the hot water. Mishna shru, now Mishnah continues something totally different. Mishna shru kilav baderech. A person, his clothing fell, on the road, right? Fell off on the road, meaning he fell into water. Fell went on Shabbat. His clothes got wet. Now he comes to what does he do? She could keep on walking with them, and there's nothing to worry about, right? Right. So you could continue on his journey, continue on his way as whatever he was, whatever he was doing. And it doesn't, he doesn't worry what people may think about him. He may have laundered his clothing. He may have, I don't know, right? He's allowed to just continue on his own way. Now he came to this outer courtyard. You take it out and you could spread it in the sun, right, to let it dry. But not in front of the people. Why? Because the people may see him and they may think that he laundered his clothes on Shabbat, right? And that can be an issue. Now, what's interesting is the halacha is not like this Mishnah. Rather, the halacha is that kol makom she'asru hamim pnei marit ayin afilu b'hadre hadarim asur. Any place where hamim say something as asur because of marit ayin, because people may think that you came to launder your clothing, you're not even allowed to go ahead and do that action, whatever it may be, even in the your own private home where no one else will see. Right? Guarantee no one will see. You're still not allowed to do so. And therefore, the halacha, what comes out is if a person's clothes got wet on Shabbat, he can't go ahead and take it and go ahead and hang it up to dry, even in his own house on Shabbat. Right? You can't go ahead and hang it on a clothesline, or I don't know, maybe even issue in a boiler room. Right? You go down and you hang it. You can't hang it up to to where it looks like you may have laundered your clothing on Shabbat. And this comes up. This comes up often. Even a kid. So it rained outside. Your clothes got wet. A kid went swimming. His clothes got wet, and you want to hang it up. You can't hang it up to dry, right? Because it looks like you laundered your clothing, and that can be an issue on Shabbat that we need to pay more attention to.